Israel is currently conducting an intense bombing campaign against Iranian targets. Night after night, missiles illuminate the sky before striking military and urban centers. In modern warfare, militaries generally respect the sanctity of designated diplomatic zones. In India, it's Chanakyapuri. In almost every major capital, there is a specific enclave where foreign embassies cluster for mutual safety. The rule is simple: you do not target the diplomats. During a recent barrage, a missile landed directly inside Tehran's diplomatic sector. It struck perilously close to the Pakistani embassy. That single impact shattered the illusion of diplomatic immunity. Suddenly, a distant, nuclear-armed nation found itself at the center of the Middle Eastern conflict. Pakistani diplomatic staff on the ground panicked, assuming the strike was an intentional warning from Israel. Within hours, Islamabad issued a furious response. A prominent state-linked think tank released a severe public warning. They used uncommonly aggressive language, stating that if any harm came to their diplomats, Pakistan would beat the hell out of Israel. To drive the point home, they added a very specific caveat: Pakistan is no Qatar. This directly references Israel's previous strikes in the Qatari capital of Doha, an action that Qatar absorbed without launching a military retaliation. By deploying this rhetoric, Islamabad immediately elevated a localized near miss into a publicized standoff, pitting two heavily armed military powers against each other in a war of words. These extreme statements stem from a long-standing institutional paranoia within Pakistan regarding Israeli intentions. There is a documented history of rapid escalation based on perceived threats. Nearly a decade ago, then Defense Minister Khwaja Asif read a fake news article claiming Israel planned to destroy Pakistan. In response to the fabricated story, he publicly threatened Israel with a nuclear strike on social media. High-ranking officials in Islamabad continue to push a specific theory, a supposed long-term plan to surround Pakistan with enemies, turn it into a weakened vassal state, and eventually partition its territory to India. Israel's diplomatic stance operates on a different frequency. When discussions arose about holding Gaza peace negotiations in Pakistan, Israel explicitly barred Pakistani involvement entirely. While Islamabad projects existential anxiety, Israel views Pakistan not as a peer rival, but as a peripheral, untrustworthy nuisance. To understand how a physical conflict plays out, we must look at the map. An immense, unforgiving geographic distance separates the two nations. This distance renders Pakistan's massive conventional ground forces effectively useless. Their standard military reach simply falls short of Israeli borders. This is a chart showing the Global Firepower Index, a metric that tracks conventional military capabilities worldwide. Since the mid-2020s, Pakistan's ranking has steadily declined to 14th place, while Israel's position continues to climb. The divergence is sharpest in the sky. Israel commands a fleet of F-35 stealth fighters, granting them independent, technologically superior capabilities. By contrast, the apex of the Pakistani Air Force relies heavily on the F-16 fighter jet, an externally supplied platform. This reliance introduces a critical vulnerability. The United States controls the F-16 platform's maintenance and software. If Washington were pressured during a conflict, they could unilaterally ground Pakistan's main fighter fleet. The hard data reveals a stark military reality. Pakistan currently lacks both the geographic proximity and the independent technological infrastructure to project a conventional threat into Israeli territory. However, Israel is playing a longer game. Once its immediate borders with Iran and Hamas stabilize, its strategic focus will inevitably shift toward more distant regional threats. Israel has historically maintained a zero-tolerance policy for long-range threats. As Pakistan continues to refine advanced delivery systems like the Shaheen-3, a nuclear-capable missile, it will inevitably move to the top of Israel's security agenda. As the range of these missiles expands toward the early 2030s, Israel's strategy will likely move toward international containment. We expect to see a concerted effort to leverage international organizations to sanction and dismantle Pakistan's missile program. Political shifts will accelerate this friction. Hawkish Israeli leadership is already signaling a hardline stance against nuclear proliferation in the region, which could lead to direct military skirmishes by the mid-2030s. By 2040, as the technological gap identified in the Global Firepower Index reaches a critical point, Israel could deploy its current Iranian strategy against Islamabad, executing precision strikes directly on Pakistani military and nuclear infrastructure. The missile that landed in Tehran serves as a preview for the next major geopolitical rivalry. It signals a shift from rhetorical threats to a calculated, decades-long trajectory toward direct conflict.